So Margaret, would you like to share a bit about the translation work that you've done and the process that it's taken to see 17 stories in the Indigenous language?
My name is Margaret Miller. I've been living on Elka since 1981 until the Lord led me to the work in 1990 to work alongside the Bible translation work. And it was with the translation team that we completed a New Testament in Jambalapuyong. In 2008 it was dedicated in the community. So it's been a delight to continue working in the scripture work and specifically to connect with Dungaba's passion for 17 stories. She has had a heart to see this being activated in a way very carefully and with the sense that whatever is started with will be something that is sustainable and can be reproduced across the community and to the other 8 communities around the region. So we have been working together with a team. There are prayer warriors that are with us. There are ladies who are with the children who are working alongside them, hands-on and very practical. And there's been a few that have also enjoyed working on how do we make this accessible in language. So the first thing that people loved about the 17 stories was the gestures. Let's get the gestures going in language. So for a number of afternoons after work, we got together and brainstormed together what did each gesture say in language. And then to put that together in a way that sometimes even meant, how does this gesturing work for us? Maybe there's some of our own sign language that we use that can be engaged in those gestures that speaks well to the children too. So we've collected a Yomomatta version together. It's working. It's been presented to the children and they love the gestures. Putting that into the context of 17 stories, it's giving them a framework to hold God's story together for them. So that was the first little project that they wanted to do in translating. The second one was, let's look at the memory verses. We're going to learn to do this with Yomomatta, or Jambalapuyong language. There are some gaps, so we had to work hard at finding particularly the Old Testament gaps, because we have a New Testament in Jambalapuyong only. We had some help from the Gourmet's translation, but there were still gaps. So we had to go back to translators and work on those. We came up with memory verses in language in Jambalapuyong for every session, for every lesson, and those are being worked on and printed on. So those two items were really critical in getting core Jambalapuyong language. The storytelling was being mentored by one of our expert Sunday school ladies who's done it for 40 to 50 years. She says, I learned to tell God's stories from my heart, and that's how I do it. And that's how I want to teach you. So she's been training and mentoring the ladies who are with the children how to tell a story, Bible story, from the heart. We are working further into that and looking at how to strengthen and build up that in a local and relevant way. So that this whole experience of 17 stories will be a package that this group will take on board as training and building into other groups. So this is our seed. is to get a good package that makes sense in language, that works locally and then can be shared beyond to other groups. With following that vision for every child in Australia, that in our little region, we want to see every child in our region understanding and knowing God's story. The 17 stories has been a good number. It sits well. The choice of going with those stories, bringing God's full plan of salvation. It's not too long. It's not caught up in too much of one part of God's story, but giving a good overview, a full picture, is something that the whole team have been able to take up and wrestle with and work on. Where the Lord might take it further, we don't know, but we want it to be a good, solid program that can be shared and repeated and continued and sustained across the region.